What's up guys, Bloodshed here. So they released the second Developer Chronicles post here in Diablo 3. I'm just going to read the whole thing to you. Normally I just give you the TLDR or whatever, but I'm going to read the whole thing and then we can kind of process it together and kind of come to our conclusions, and we can talk about it in the chat down below. So it starts off by saying Developer Chronicles Eras. Hi everybody, Wyatt Cheng here, again with a second installment of Developer Chronicles. Today let's discuss eras. When we introduced seasons to Diablo 3, we also debuted eras. The thinking was that while the seasonal leaderboard would naturally reset every season, there would be some players who would want the non-seasonal leaderboard to reset periodically as well. There's a certain excitement associated with a fresh leaderboard, a sense that you can maybe see your own name up there at the beginning of an era. It can also be disheartening to see somebody who is not currently playing the game hold a top position on a leaderboard long after the record was set. Okay, so he's kind of going over, you know what I mean, like the basics of what it is. As Diablo 3 has evolved, it has become clear in hindsight that while fresh excitement is there, it doesn't last very long. First, the era leaderboard is not something you climb. If you are capable of achieving a particular Greater Rift tier, you're likely able to replicate that performance or very close to it at the start of a new era. Second, between the patch changes, item buffs, Paragon levels, there is built-in power growth over time. The concern is somebody holding a high era ranking long after they've quit hasn't really happened yet, right? He's basically saying people tend to clear the same leaderboard they've always climbed before. So if you extend the eras longer, you're going to be able to climb higher over time, essentially, right? So it's gonna be more meaningful, but all I hear is, you know, less changes, less changes, less changes. You know what I mean? No new gear, no new gear. So I don't know if this is just in my head or if he's just trying to say like, hey, like if we don't change the leaderboards, you guys are going to be able to go to new heights you haven't gone before. Eras going forward. It has been our plan for some time to stop advancing the era count every time a new season occurs. Expect that to be the normal going forward. We are looking to move eras to be 6 to 12 months in length. Okay, so when I see this, I think, you know, less content, not supported builds, like nothing's changing, like smaller and smaller patches. That's what I see, okay? But you guys can let me know in the comments below if I'm just being paranoid. Besides simply allowing eras to be 6 to 12 months long, there's an additional circumstance in which we feel an era reset is warranted. When we expect that the highest attainable Greater Rift is going to go down, as an example, in patch 2.4.2, we made changes to the Twister Sword, Energy Twister, and crowd control mechanics that caused the highest cleared Greater Rift to go down. When we have a strong reason to believe that the highest cleared Greater Rift will significantly drop, we do need to advance the era to keep the non-seasonal leaderboard from going stale. Okay, so maybe the seasonal leaderboard is going to be separate. They're just talking about the era. But it makes me think that they're going to keep the same era like for 2 seasons long or even 4 seasons long. Expect eras to advance less frequently moving forward. This last part here is more like saying like advancing eras after the patch goes live allows players in the new era to complete in a fresh environment based on the balance of the current live patch. Okay, so to summarize, seasons are for those who want a reoccurring fresh experience. Okay, so seasons I think are going to remain the same. Eras represent periods of time closer to a year. So it's basically a long post saying non-season is going to be not changed for a year. You can kind of stack up the leaderboards non-season, and then the seasons I think are still going to be, you know, their own individual leaderboards, and then they'll carry over. But again, the problem for me, it just makes it sound like there's not going to be any changes. We're going into maintenance mode, boys. Like, we're either working on Diablo 4, we are working on something we don't have time to devote to Diablo, or we're dropping Diablo entirely. Now, as you guys know, I'm super positive all the time, but this is what it screams to me. Like, hey, like shit is not going to change so much. You know what I mean? Deal with it, basically. It's just the way of the world, right? Now, obviously, I hope this isn't the case, as my main game I play is Diablo, and I definitely look forward to every new season, every new patch, climbing the leaderboards again. It doesn't get stale for me so much. I just hate that there's no cap on the Paragon, because it makes seasons feel like a huge grind to be on top. It's like old vanilla World of Warcraft, right? Like if you wanted to grind out High Warlord or Grand Marshal, Like, you just had to play and play and play. And this is what I don't like about seasons, you know what I mean, is that there's no cap on the amount of grind you can do. So, I mean, this video is not about that. This video is to go over this developer post, which again, thank you, Wyatt, for making this post. We love the open communication between you guys. It doesn't mean we like it. It doesn't mean we like it, man. It kind of sucks that it seems like we're going into maintenance mode, but it could be, again, me just being doom and gloom and whatnot. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below about this new developer post. I will keep you posted on all Diablo news. We should be getting some type of patch here any day now for the next PTR, whether it be small or large. So stay tuned for that as well. I'll be posting that up there. If you want to see the last developer blog post, I'll put it up on the screen. And another video and things like that. Anyways, guys, this is the Bloodshed, and I'm out of here. Peace.